of Illinois. We have seen some impacts across the Kansas City area as that system moved in early this morning. They saw that freezing rain leading to some issues on the roads there. And here's why we're seeing sort of that trend of some rain to the south, freezing rain to the north and off to the west. Temperatures are a big factor with that. We're just below freezing around Chicago area and to the south of us, and below freezing around that Kansas City area. But you can see further south, we're still into those mid 30s and even upper 30s. That's why we're seeing some rainfall associated with that system just to the south of us. Right now, we're into the upper 20s and low 30s, so most of us right around freezing. What you'll also notice, those temperatures to the south of us going to rise a little bit above freezing by this afternoon, so we should start with a little bit of regular rain for those southern counties before we flip over to freezing rain as we head into those later evening hours. Winter weather advisory in effect for all of us until Thursday morning at 6 a.m. and that's just because that potential of ice accumulation on the roadways is going to create some slick conditions. Of course, what we're expecting is those temperatures will start rising closer to tomorrow morning, and we should start seeing some melting, but we should still also see some issues early in the morning just as people are heading out on the roadways. Still seeing a little bit of light snow showers out ahead of this system. We've seen those across our northern counties, expecting that to subside fairly soon here, and we're just going to see a lull in this system before our main band approaches from the south. Timing on that about 4 or 5 p.m. into those southern counties, again starting as regular rain before we transition over to that freezing rain with those falling temperatures. Expecting that to reach the metro and into our northern counties about 6 or 7 p.m. tonight, and then by about 6 p.m. all of us should be seeing that freezing rain, and that should last until about midnight, possibly a little freezing drizzle on the tail end of that system before that precipitation comes to an end by tomorrow morning. So that forecast ice accumulation across our area, northern Illinois, expecting glaze to 1/10 of an inch. That's enough to still cause some hazardous conditions with that slickness, especially across our roadways and sidewalks. Across northwest Indiana, could see closer to a 1/4 inch of that ice accumulation, but the highest totals are going to be well off to the northeast. That's where there's an ice storm warning in effect. That is for Pennsylvania and into Virginia as well. Winter weather advisory for us. That stretches really from the south of us and into the northeast because of that potential for icing across the area. Wind speeds right now, we're seeing those sustained out of the east-southeast about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Gusts today will reach up to about 20 miles per hour, so a little bit breezy, but we're really going to see those winds pick up tomorrow as that system continues to track to the north and east. We're going to see that tight pressure gradient across the Great Lakes, and we're expecting those winds gusting about 35 to 40 miles per hour by tomorrow afternoon. Those are actually going to help bring in some warmer air, though, so temperatures tomorrow will eventually reach into that low 40 mark, which is going to really help with all of that ice accumulation melting off by the end of the day. Temperatures today will be right around freezing by this afternoon. Cloudy skies. We've had that few light snow showers moving through our northern counties. That freezing rain moves in later today, right around 4 to 5 p.m. for southern counties, about 6 to 7 p.m. across the metro and into those northern counties. Tonight into the low 30s across the area. That freezing rain and drizzle mixing with snow at times. We're looking at a glaze to up to 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation. That precipitation should come to an end right after midnight, and then we'll see dry conditions for our Thursday. Some quick melting with that ice, with those temperatures climbing into the low 40s with those partly